Tonight, eligible students can now apply for tuition-free college in New York.
$1 million donation will expand the Sheldon Institute on campus.
And are you a citizen? The question that is sparking controversy on the 2020 census.
WTOP 10 Nightly News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP 10 Nightly News. I'm James Kattato.
And I'm Abby Butakavoli.
California and New York are among the states now suing President Trump over a question in the upcoming 2020 census. Monday's announcement from the Commerce Department revealed the census will ask about the citizenship status.
CNN's Natasha Chen has this report from Washington on why critics argue this question has wide-ranging, detrimental consequences.
The Constitution requires the federal government to count everyone in our country.
California was the first to launch a formal challenge to a controversial new question on the upcoming census. Are you a citizen?
We're not going to stop, and we're going to defend every one of our rights.
Now the New York Attorney General says he is leading a multi-state lawsuit. New Jersey says it will join. If non-citizen immigrants fear answering the census survey, critics say there will be an inaccurate picture of who's here. That means states with larger numbers of people who may withhold responses may lose federal funding for things that are determined by population size, like highways or children's health insurance. They may also lose seats in Congress. But leaders from states with a smaller proportion of non-citizens, like Pennsylvania, say the change could help them gain congressional seats.
If you actually did redistricting based on the number of citizens, states in the Rust Belt, would not have lost as much representation in Washington because we count based on number of people.
The Secretary of Commerce wrote in a letter Monday that the DOJ asked for this data,
specifically to help us better comply with the Voting Rights Act,
which is supposed to protect minorities' voting rights. He wrote the need for accurate citizenship data outweigh fears about a potentially lower response rate. In Washington, I'm Natasha Chen reporting.
The citizenship question has not been on the full census since the 1950s, but does appear on the yearly American Community Survey. That survey is sent to about 2 to 3% of the population each year. International Oswego student Omar Van Reen expresses his concerns regarding his place as a non-citizen in America.
I do not want to live in a country where I am regarded to as second class because of my citizenship status or immigration status or origin of nationality.
SUNY Oswego has received a $1 million gift from the Shineman Foundation to help expand the Sheldon Institute. The institute will be renamed the Sheldon Institute for Barbara Shineman Scholars. The institute will now be named after the professor emerita and alumna who helped establish the institute. Barbara Shineman said in a statement that she is honored to support the foundation's gift, that she loves the Sheldon Institute, and she is thrilled to be a part of this vital program's past and future.
SUNY Oswego music students took advantage of a unique opportunity when the band Lucky Chops performed in Tyler Hall earlier today. The New Orleans-style brass band has been in the area for the past few days, working with students from Oswego High School, Fulton High School, and Central Square before coming to SUNY Oswego. The programs they put on are called Informances, where they not only play music but also talk about their experience as professional musicians. SUNY Oswego brass instructor Terry Cavaness says programs like this benefit the students.
To the students and shows them not only the possibilities, but maybe other avenues and venues that they didn't think existed. There's a lot of things through the Oswego programs that they come in, and through the School of Music that they get a lot of exposure to professional musicians, professional artists, and there's a lot of different things that our students can connect with via professionals and performing artists.
Between a flat or like a minor six and major six, so like.
Students from all around campus can really not only benefit from the programs we run, but benefits from a lot of the lessons and classes that we run. There's just a lot of things going on here that students in general can come and take more advantage of, I think.
After their visit to Central New York, Lucky Chops will be flying to China tonight to continue performing.
Lights, camera, fashion. If you didn't attend this past weekend's fashion pop-up shop, we've got you covered. Amada Kaba captured Friday's highlights.
On Friday, Fashion at Oswego, an on-campus organization, hosted the 3rd annual pop-up shop fashion show. The seats were filled as students and even out-of-town supporters gathered to see their peers model off fashion wear created by up-and-coming designers, many of whom go right here to SUNY Oswego. On the side of the runway, designers set up shop for those interested to purchase clothing and jewelry. One vendor, owner of Roz's Visions, said he was excited to be tabling his collection for the first time at SUNY Oswego.
I'm trying to influence a generation and the growing culture that your intellect is royalty, and kind of just want everybody to realize their vision to their potential.
With entertaining hosts and energetic runway walks, there's no wonder if those in attendance had a good time or not. Asha Bay, a junior at SUNY Oswego, was this year's creative director for the event.
My personal opinion of the show was that, for my first show to ever plan, I thought that it was a pretty good show, and it was fun and really entertaining, thanks to the host, the models, designers, and the DJ.
But organizing and executing such a talented show wasn't easy.
Out of all the orgs on campus, I think Fashion at Oswego is one that I connect with, and I'm really passionate about the most. And even though it was stressful creating it, the whole show from start to finish this year with my e-board, I did enjoy it in a bittersweet way. So I do plan to plan the one for next year.
Those interested in seeing what else Fashion Oswego has in store for us should follow their Instagram at Fashion at Oswego. Amada Kaba reporting for WTOP 10 News.
If you saw any pieces you like, you can contact the designers from the event if you follow Fashion at Oswego on Instagram.
The Chancellors Award. It's the highest honor any State University of New York student can achieve academically, yet only a handful of students are nominated each year. Crystal Cole introduces us to one of those students.
Holly Reitmeyer isn't your typical grad student.
Opening the email letting me know that I was nominated for the Chancellors Award, it definitely made my day.
She earned the highest academic honor months before earning her master's.
It's definitely a bittersweet feeling to be leaving Oswego and graduating in May.
But it doesn't end in May.
And I actually will be published by Wiley Publishers on my cybersecurity study.
As her publishing date draws closer, former professor Yolanda Trump guides her through the process.
I'm working with Yolanda, although she's in Vietnam, and we're going back and forth and making the changes necessary so that I can be published in June.
Her research has ranged from cybersecurity to social media algorithms.
The project's called Algorithm Observatory, and we're asking students to capture their Facebook ads and seeing, based on their demographics, where these ads might have come from.
In the end, her college journey has brought her back to where she began.
It's funny because I actually attended Sheldon Institute here when I was a little kid, so it's kind of like a complete full circle.
After graduating, Holly doesn't know her next step yet, but after spending her life in Oswego, she hopes to expand her horizons in a sunnier and warmer state. In Oswego for WTOP 10 News, I'm Crystal Cole.
The Chancellors Award will be presented to all 5 Oswego recipients in Albany on April 10th.
Governor Cuomo announced the Excelsior Scholarship application is now open for the 2018-2019 academic year. Students whose parents make below $110,000 are eligible for this scholarship. According to Governor's press room, about half of the students at SUNY or CUNY schools attend tuition-free thanks to this scholarship. Cuomo says the Excelsior Scholarship program makes the dream of higher education a reality for many New Yorkers who once felt a college degree was out of reach. Applications will be accepted through July 23rd.
Attorney General Eric Schneiderman is leading a group of 19 attorney generals against a new Trump administration proposal. The coalition says the proposed rule seeks to dramatically expand the ability to provide necessary health care on the basis of religious, moral, ethical, or other beliefs. Other state attorney generals included in the coalition are from New Jersey, Connecticut, and Washington, D.C. Coming up later tonight, Trump continues his plans to build a wall bordering Mexico.
And New Jersey Assembly approves 6 new gun safety bills. Now let's take a quick look at the weather with Storm Team 10 meteorologist Kayla Wheeler. Kayla?
Welcome back to WTOP 10 Nightly News. The New Jersey State Assembly approved 6 gun safety bills Monday. The proposals aim to keep guns away from people who pose a threat, reduce how much ammunition magazines can hold, strengthen background checks, ban armor-piercing ammunition, and counter efforts to weaken gun safety regulations. The New Jersey Assembly Democrats announced the passing of the measures in a news release. The bills could get to the state Senate as early as Tuesday. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy says he hopes the Senate will review and pass the measures quickly so he can sign them into law.
The 2 officers involved in the fatal 2016 shooting of Alton Sterling faced no criminal charges against them. Louisiana Attorney General Jeff Landry made the decision nearly 2 years after Sterling was shot and killed by Baton Rouge officers while they held him to the ground. Sterling's family attorney Chris Stewart says they will stand up for justice and Alton Sterling.
This was a political decision. That's all it was. So in order to respond, we will hold you politically accountable, from city council, mayor, police chief, attorney general, whoever you may be if you aren't standing up for justice. People out there are getting smarter. We know that to hold you accountable is to get rid of your job if you're not going to step up.
Landry concluded the officers in question's decision to shoot were justified, saying they, quote, were justified in their use of force, end quote.
President Donald Trump has considered using the U.S. military budget to pay for the construction of a wall along the U.S.-Mexico border. 2 sources told CNN Trump floated the idea in private conversations with advisors. It's unclear how serious Trump was about finding the wall through the military. White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders declined to offer more details about the military funding option in a briefing Tuesday, but she said discussions are ongoing. The White House says Trump still has plans to look at potential ways for Mexico to pay for the wall, despite Mexico saying that it's not going to happen. So far, government funds have only been used for fencing along the border, but no new wall is currently being built.